So when I started photography, there was one thing that a lot of people were talking about, and that was that you had to be good at one thing. So if you were a beauty photographer, you had to be a beauty photographer. If you were a portrait photographer, you had to be a portrait photographer. If you're a wedding photographer, then be a wedding photographer. You just had to be good at one thing. If you're a product photographer, then just be a product photographer. And that is the common consensus. If you or when you start photography, if you do start photography, they tell you just be really good at one thing. And that advice is absolute BS. Nowadays, being a photographer that is very versatile is amazing. Now, I'm not saying you should shoot weddings and then go shoot landscape photography, but just being a very versatile photographer is really important. For example, if you're a beauty photographer and you can shoot portraits too, then that's good, because people are going to come meet you for beauty, and they're also going to come meet you for portraits. And if you're a beauty photographer and you can shoot portraits and then you can shoot product photography, then that's even better, because guess what? You have these three things that you can do and do very well, and these three things are pretty close to each other, right? And if you can then add beauty videography or product videography to it, any type of videography, then you are really versatile in that area that you're shooting, and you're pretty good at it. So that just puts you in a place where there are different things that you can do. So if you have one client that needs to do multiple things, you can actually do it for them. And most clients would rather work with somebody that is very, very good at different things than just work with somebody that is excellent at one thing. That's why I said most clients. You might be the best person at this particular niche photography, and that's good, but for the most part, a lot of people will not pay you just for that particular thing. So being in a place where you're really versatile at like a lot of things as a photographer puts you in a place where a lot of clients will actually want to work with you a lot more. For example, if you have somebody that shoots products with you regularly, and the person says, hey, I'm trying to do a campaign very soon, and my campaign is going to feature people, and you have that in your portfolio, it's very easy for the client to say, hey, this is what I'm trying to put into my next shoot. If you're in a place where you can't actually do that, and then you let the client go meet somebody else and work with another photographer that is really good at that, and that photographer now happens to be very good at product photography and can give them a package deal for both of them, then you're probably losing that client to somebody that is very versatile. So yeah, like I said, when I started, there was this whole idea that you had to be very good at one thing, and like people tell you to niche down to a particular photography, just like a particular subject, and I feel like that is just crazy. I don't think you need to niche down. I've seen people that shoot weddings and they do portraits, and they have other things that they do. For example, they do wedding photography, they can do wedding videography, they can do portrait photography, they can do newborn photography. Yes, it's not just niched down to wedding photography. It's something that is around the type of photography that they can do, which is shooting people and shooting families, right? And there are people that I know that have wedding photography businesses, and they also have like commercial businesses, like that. Two things that are far apart, but it just brings two different clienteles to the table. So yeah, so this idea that you have to be really good at something, it's crazy. I don't think that that's the way, things should be nowadays, especially with people being so versatile in photography, videography, cinematography, filmmaking, whatever you want to call it. People are like really versatile right now. So being like your own small digital agency, in a way, like, I'm not saying that's what you should be, but just being somebody that clients can come to and then get different services from might be a very, very good thing, unlike I'm coming to you and just getting just one thing done. But yeah, so this is one advice that I think that needs to be changed, and people need to be really good at different things. And if at the end of the day you just have one particular thing that you've niched down to that is making a lot of money for you, then great. But being really good at different types of photography, at the end of the day, makes you very versatile, and you can handle anything that comes your way. Anyways, that's my advice. Thanks so much for watching this video. See you guys next one. Peace out, guys.